I'm a man. I'm 40.
Well, I'm the best corner in the game. When you try me with a sorry receiver like Crabtree, that's the result you're going to get.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
If you want to crown them, then crown their ass. But they are who we thought they were, and we let them off the hook.
I mean, listen, we talking about practice.
Welcome back here for our second edition of the Are We Recording podcast. This is the super duper Super Bowl blowout special. I believe there's a big football game Sunday. Am I right? I don't know. I may be wrong about that. I'm here with that effect. Yeah, I heard something for it. I'm here with the same group of guys, same group of good-looking guys we had last time. Brad, start us off. How we doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm done for the week with school, watching this Clippers-Warriors game. Pretty good first quarter.
Yeah, Steph seems to be playing pretty well.
Yeah, Bogut's actually played really well first quarter.
All right. And from the wonderful state of North Carolina, Joshua.
What's up? No new friends here. I would just like to say Chris Walker is finally free, and Aaron Aflalo should have been an All-Star.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll save that. I think we could save that. I think next podcast we can bring up All-Star selections.
Oh yeah.
Snubs and scrubs.
Isaiah Thomas for MVP.
Oh, okay. Ryan, how are we doing? Nebraska's finest.
Yeah, we're doing good. Pinnacle Bank Arena Magic is alive and well, as everyone who watched the Big Ten Network tonight can attest to.
The 15 people that watch Nebraska ball tonight can attest to how well they...
Wasn't it?
And that was, you just heard Chris from the Pacific Rim. How are we doing tonight?
Pretty good. I know there's a big football game on Sunday. Saturday night, actually, big college basketball game. Duke is going to Syracuse. Looking forward to that.
That's true. Don't they still have 2 games against each other left?
I don't know if I don't know if Syracuse goes down there or not.
I think they have 2 left. I don't know. Syracuse isn't going to make it undefeated, but that's not what we're here for today, boys. Also, before we start, I'd like to give a big shout out to the government system in the state of Illinois, the late great state of Illinois. I've been on the hold with you guys for 4 hours in the last 2 days, and I've accomplished absolutely nothing. So I'd like to give a big shout out to the
Obama.
Yeah, Obama's America. I'd like to give a big shout out to the government. Jesse Jackson, you're doing a great job. Keep it up. Okay, so let's start this off. This super duper Super Bowl blowout podcast. Something a little lighthearted. Everyone, let's go with I'll start it off. Our favorite Super Bowl memories. I hope everyone has one. I know, Ryan, you're a Chiefs fan, so unless you were around for the first Super Bowl, you probably don't have a very good one. But I'll just start mine off. In the Bears Super Bowl. I love this story. I was watching it, and Devin Hester, the greatest kick returner of all time, he returned the opening kick, and as he was doing it, we had ordered pizza, and the pizza guy rang the doorbell as we were doing it. And my buddy, when he answered the door, and he's like, "Dude, you got to come inside and watch this. You have to see this." And he let him in, and the pizza guy's hanging out with us. We gave him a beer. It was good times. It was hung out with the old ass pizza guy who had to deliver pizzas during the Bears Super Bowl. I couldn't even imagine how miserable he must have been. Are you kidding me? I don't know, but I mean, luckily he got to see the replay of the return. But it was kind of funny. He showed up he rang the doorbell as Hester was at about midfield, leaping the kicker. We all know how that turned out, though.
I mean, on that same note, I guess my best memory has to go with there was a big play by our tournament. And then too, Desmond Howard, Super Bowl 31, Packers Patriots. Your boy was 4 years old.
Are you even old enough for that?
No, that's the first Super Bowl I really remember, and I got to say it's my favorite because I apparently spent most of the time playing Tea Party while I was watching the game with a future Iowa Hawkeye cheerleader. So I mean, whatever. Your boy's been getting in since he's 4. So.
All right.
No, but for real, I mean, the Packers beating the Steelers was pretty awesome. That was a good game. Rip Nick Collins. I mean, came up huge with that pick 6. you all know what happened next season. Broken neck, done for life. But
Yeah, what's up with him? Is he like just done?
yeah, he messed up his neck against the Saints. That next opening game season, hasn't played since.
So is he's just done with football like Johnny Knox?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
All right. Since I, as you mentioned, am a Kansas City Chiefs fan, I do not have very many fond Super Bowl memories because the Chiefs have not been to a Super Bowl in my lifetime, and they've only won one playoff game in my lifetime. So not a lot of Kansas City happening in the Super Bowl. So I guess from an outsider's perspective, my favorite Super Bowl moment is New York beating New England and ending their perfect season. And David Tyree's catch. That's just an awesome game as a fan to watch with no rooting interest, unless you're rooting against New England, as most of America was. But then I guess beyond that, just having really competitive Super Bowls the last couple times out. There haven't been very many blowouts in the last decade or so. So that's pretty cool to see the biggest game have some real meaning.
I got a quick story about that stupid game. I've never in my life been drunk and then not been drunk like immediately after something. And when David Tyree caught that ball, it literally killed my buzz. Like that was the ultimate buzzkill. I don't even like the Patriots. I just hated that Giants team. They were just I hated them.
Got his money.
I gotta agree with you though, Ryan. We have had some amazing Super Bowls in our short lifetime. I mean, I haven't seen a ton of footage of the games like before the early '90s or whatever, but early 2000s, started with the Rams Titans. I know recently
stole mine.
Cardinals Steelers, good game. I mean, there's been great games.
I think the last blowout that was Baltimore and New York in 2001.
No, I'm pretty sure the Tampa-Oakland game was bad.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forget about. I try to block all things Bill Callahan out of my brain, so I forgot about that.
I don't even have a favorite Super Bowl thanks to John Casey, though. He can't even kick the ball in bounds. That was terrible. That was the
At
worst
least you
moment.
went to one.
Yes, but that was a terrible way to lose. I would have to go with the Kevin Dyson, the Titans versus Rams. It's not really have a particular memory, but probably my favorite Super Bowl I've watched. That last drive by McNair, rest in peace to him. Pour some liquor out for that guy. That last drive was awesome. I think he had one scramble. He was scrambling around forever, and he finally got the ball down later. And then that last tackle on Kevin Dyson, that little last stretch was.
And I love the guy who made the tackle too. I love his name. You guys know what it is?
Yeah, but it's blanking on me. I can't think of it right now.
281-330-8005.
Mike Jones.
Mike Jones.
Yeah, dude,
I knew it was a rap. I couldn't think of what it was though.
I'll never forget that. Just solely for the fact of who it was.
Who?
Mike Jones.
Mike Jones.
He won a Grammy for that. Anybody know that song?
No.
I think he won best. I think he won best individual verse performance for his first one. I believe so. I might have to check my sources. No, he's got an Oscar, bro. He doesn't have a Grammy. He's got one up to it. I had a picture hanging up in my room for my entire high school. I ripped it out of a rap magazine from like the store. It was like a quote. It was like him and DJ Paul standing on a beach looking at like these two girls walking by, and it said, "You can buy a chain, you can buy a grill, but you can't buy an Oscar." I thought that was like the coolest thing ever. I just ripped it out of a magazine. I had to.
I'm putting that on my tombstone.
Stay trippy.
Chris, what about you? What's your favorite memory?
I was literally the two of them that I thought of when I proposed this topic earlier today were the David Tyree catch and the Tennessee play at the end. So I guess I'll go back even farther than that and bring up the John Elway like helicopter into the end zone on his TD run, and can't remember if it was the second one or the first one, but
it was against the Packers. Yeah, I remember vividly.
That was the first one.
Oh, that was the first one?
Okay, that was the first one.
Yeah, the second one was against Atlanta.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
I remember being a huge Atlanta fan for that game, being disappointed.
Dirty Birds.
Yeah, hell yeah. I can do it right now.
That's like the first Super Bowl I remember is that one against Atlanta.
Yeah, honestly, I think
Tim
that's
Dwight.
probably like the first one I remember too.
Shout out to Iowa boy Tim Dwight that game. I think he housed the kickoff.
Did he?
Or something. Or he did something to Impact. I don't know.
Oh
must have.
yeah, and that reminds me, I need to call out your Devin Hester best returner in the game and throw out a little Dante Hall love.
The human
Okay,
joystick.
dude. He
The
had
X
like
Factor.
one good year.
X Factor. Yeah.
Devin
That
Hester
wasn't-
had a career, bro. There's a big difference.
That was an awesome year with Dante Hall. Though. That was amazing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean,
that was
I'm
so
not
fun to
knocking.
watch.
Larry
Yeah,
Johnson.
no,
not
yeah,
knocking
yeah,
at all.
yeah, yeah. That was so.
But I
fun
mean,
to
let's be
watch.
real. Devin Hester's the greatest returner of all time.
Priest Holmes.
What? I just didn't say
I know.
best
I know.
running back for a 2-year period. I said greatest returner of all time.
I'm just bringing back
Just had to
those
give
cheap.
Dante Hall a little love.
Yeah, okay. I feel
those
you
were
on
the
that.
days. Those were the days.
He did have a dope
Shout
nickname
out-
too. Human highlight reel.
Shout-
That's kind of cool.
Shout
Or
out
no,
to
that's not
Hall
what. That
wherever
wasn't
you
him.
are.
What was
That
it like?
was
The
Dominic
human
Joystick.
Yeah. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
Shout out to
Human
Newman,
Joystick, aka the X Factor.
a.k.a.
Oh yeah, he did have like 2 nicknames, didn't he?
Yeah, they
All right,
call
well,
him the
I-
X Factor.
Well, let's get into the X's and O's of this game. Let's actually talk some football here, not just our childhood memories. Let's give the people what they want.
Gotta give them what they need.
I personally think the biggest matchup for me, and I think it's pretty much for everybody, would be just the receivers to the Broncos versus the secondary of the Seahawks. I mean, does it get any much better than that?
The most obvious one, yeah.
Number
'Cause,
one
I mean-
offense, number one defense.
Yeah, because I mean, let's be real. The Broncos have the best receivers in the receiving core in the league, and the Seahawks have the best secondary, and it's just going to be fun to watch, like who's going to be covering who at different points, and who's going to have the biggest games.
I think also the focus will be on Richard Sherman because of obviously the NFC Championship game and all that. I think a huge part to watch on the Seahawks defense is going to be Earl Thomas because that guy is locked down. I remember him when he was at Texas and just a real great defensive back. I mean, he probably doesn't get all the love he deserves, but when you're watching the game, make sure you find out where he's at and just watch him work because when he's going to work and he's at the top of his game, I don't think there's any defensive back better than him. And that's with one of the best ones just across the field on his side of the ball with him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I tend to agree. Their secondary is filthy. Don't sleep on Cam Chancellor. That dude will bring the wood like a mofo.
Yeah.
I mean,
He
Vernon
is
Davis
severely
has to beat
underrated.
him by this point. He's knocked his ass out multiple times. Dude comes up in the run game. I mean, that whole secondary is just filthy. They call it the Legion of Boom. It speaks for itself.
Cam Chancellor could probably play defensive tackle on some teams. Like that dude is
Yeah.
enormous for
Well,
a
I mean,
safety, especially.
Sherman's what, 6'3"? Thomas is
Yeah.
a little bit undersized. It doesn't matter. He's just fucking excellent. But
Hey, this is a family show, bro. Watch the language.
yeah.
We got little kids. We got little kids tuning in live right now. They're staying up late. Their parents are telling them to go to bed.
I'll take my fine from the FCC or whatever
They won't let me be, or let me be me, or let me see.
on MTV, whatever. Shout out to Eminem. Sure
Is
he's
that who that
listening
was?
right
I thought I just kind of freestyled that.
now.
All right, what do you guys think in terms of how are they really gonna? Because this Broncos offense is, let's be real, maybe the best offense ever, if not the best offense. Like, how do they shut them down? Because it's gonna take more than just 4 dudes in the secondary.
You got to get the pressure up front. You got to start moving Peyton Manning out. It's obvious. Everyone knows what you got to do. They know what they got to do. I mean, you give Peyton time and keep him out of the red zone. I saw some crazy stat. I'll look it up about inside the 30, where he's just ridiculous. He's got, I think, no interceptions.
Like 49 touchdowns or some shit, 0 interceptions.
Inside the 30, he's just automatic, it seems like. But you can't let Peyton just sit back there. You got to get to him.
But I mean, go ahead, Ryan.
I think another large part of it is yards after the catch. You have guys like Julius Thomas catching these 5-yard drag routes and then getting 40 yards after the catch. You eliminate those types of plays, and all of a sudden, those 3rd and 5s, you stop them and get 4th down, you get them off the field. and more so than I think that's more achievable than getting Peyton to move around.
Right, because if it was so easy, every team would have done it so far.
Exactly. And Kansas City probably with maybe the best pass rushing team this year, or one of the top ones, really never got to tee off on Peyton like everyone thought they would. I think the Colts probably had the best strategy to do so, and they executed it the best.
That Sunday night game?
Really, but no one else touched Peyton like they did. So, I mean, more achievable is limiting yards after catch.
Well, I mean, when we're talking about getting at Peyton Manning, and we talked about Earl Thomas has become almost underrated due to all the media publicity that Richard Sherman gets. Michael Bennett, I mean, that dude, free agent pickup, he has made play after play in the playoffs with his strip sacks, just getting pressure on quarterbacks, and I think he can play a big factor.
That's where he's going, baby.
Got Brian showing up with the Chicago Bears. I mean,
that's where he's coming, baby. He's coming to town.
I don't know.
He's coming to town next year.
But, I mean,
he's Martellus' brother. They want to play together.
He's made plays all year long, and I think he could be a little-known X factor for this game. He can make a big play. So.
Yeah, I agree. Absolutely. Well, here's the thing: is the only problem with getting to Peyton is he throws it's not like he takes 7-step drops and stays back there forever. I mean, he throws the quick slants, the quick digs. Like, those are the routes that are like the basis of their whole playbook, which is, I think, that's that's a strategy they use to keep Peyton upright. It's hard to get to him if he's only got the ball for a second.
Exactly, that's a great point, and that factors right into the yards after the catch argument, because 2-step drop and the ball's out. They're just throwing slants, and they're just throwing curls, and they're just throwing drag routes. You got to keep them to minimal gain after the catch. If you do that, it turns it into 3-and-out situations. If they're only getting 3 yards, if they catch and then they get hit, that's only 3 yards versus a first down.
I think if no Sean Marino is going, I think it's game over for the Seahawks. I'm not saying he's a game changer, but if he's getting plus yards and getting 2nd and 2s a lot, that's going to be too easy for Peyton. I think you gotta. I mean, he's not a game changer, but you can't let him go off, and that's even another weapon to worry about with the Broncos.
And then, especially when the Seahawks shut them down, they got to worry about the Broncos' backup running back, who may just be the second best back in the entire league. I mean, let's be real with ourselves.
Hey,
what's his name again?
He's
Ronnie Hillman?
Does he? No, not Ronnie Hillman. No, did he make the trip? I don't even think he made the 53-man roster. For this game.
If Alonzo Whaley can shut down Monte Ball, anyone can shut down Monte Ball.
I think did Monte Ball did he score a lot of touchdowns in college? I don't really remember. I think he has the record for career touchdowns. I may just be making that up though. I don't know.
Did he have any in the Big Ten championship game?
Oh, shut up.
Did he have a couple?
I think when Wisconsin did play Nebraska in the Big Ten championship, and we're getting a little bit off track, but I just want to make sure we're all aware. I think they cracked 70 in that game, or maybe if they didn't, they got close. It seemed like 70. It seemed like 170.
That game even happened.
No, it happened. I was there. I watched it on Big Ten Network a million times since then too. Well, I say let's flip it to the other side of the ball now. Like talk about the Seahawks offense. What do they got to do to keep? I mean, is basically what they're talking about basically just keep the Denver offense off the field? I mean, is that really their best shot?
Yeah, they can hold the ball.
Go ahead, Chris.
That seems to be what most people do against Denver, or at least try to do. So I'd imagine they're trying to get Lynch going quite a bit.
Yeah.
And then maybe some read option, even though I don't know if that's what Carroll calls it or not, but it's essentially what it is, with Wilson keeping it some.
They're going to have to.
Yeah.
Time of possession is going to be a huge stat in this game because if Seattle holds the ball, that's just less opportunity for Denver to score.
But again, I'm sure the Chargers tried that, and the Chargers were a great running team all regular season, and somehow the Denver defense just kind of figured out how to play defense all of a sudden out of nowhere.
Yeah, but San Diego had Ryan Matthews, who is not a premier back, and they had Danny Woodhead, who is, let's face it, he's kind of gimmicky. This is Marshawn Lynch. It's not just going to be easy to stop.
That's true, but
and then you add in Russell Wilson, his ability to run. It's gonna Seattle will be able to run the football, I think. I don't think they'll have a huge issue with that.
Yeah.
But do you think that because the Patriots, remember what the Patriots did to the Colts the week before, and then they played the Broncos and had like 10 yards total rushing? Is that more saying that the Colts maybe just weren't that good, or were the Broncos, are they just kind of in the zone right now?
It's that, and then it's the Broncos just be maybe not in a zone, but I think the Colts weren't that stout up front, for at least in the run game. And then you have, again, I'm going to bring LeGarrette Blount. Marshawn Lynch is a lot better than LeGarrette Blount, and and really, you think about what did Denver have to stop? What real threat did New England have in the passing game? They really could load up on the run.
Right. True. But the Colts could have done the same thing. But again, is that the Colts not being that good, or is that?
Yeah, they're not as good as Denver. Even though they beat them.
The Colts definitely overachieved. I mean,
I think so too.
And Andrew Luck just doing silly stuff.
They shouldn't have even have won that playoff game.
Brad.
As I flash back to post-traumatic stress disorder.
Dude, you are racking up fines like it's no big deal.
I know, we're gonna potty mouth. Where's the soap at? Where's the soap?
A dollar in the swear jar every time, Brad.
Seriously, God, contribute to the group or something. God.
All right.
I'm just done.
Josh, where are you at? What do you think? What do you think is going to be the Seahawks X factor of?
I think Broncos D gets a little underlooked. I think they've played well lately. They've done a lot better than they're not getting any credit right now. I think they're going to hope. Well, I say hopefully because I want the Broncos to win, but I think they'll do all right. It's going to be tough though with Marshawn up front, and that's the first matters right there. But
here's a question then: let's say, this is an entirely realistic scenario, the Broncos have their first 14 plays scripted and they run into perfection and they score 2 touchdowns before Seattle even knows what the hell hit them.
Yeah.
Can Seattle win? Can they come
I don't know.
back?
That'll be a very interesting spot to put Seahawks there. You don't really see them like that. Well,
are they going to turn off the lights again?
That's exactly. Because I mean that's a totally realistic scenario. Let's be real with these Broncos is they can kind of score before you really realize it happened. I'm not saying that's gonna happen, but I'm saying if they let's put them in that predicament. I mean, do you think the Seahawks? Let's get everyone's thoughts.
I'll jump in. I'll say that Denver is far. Or let me phrase this how I want to. I'll say that Seattle, being young, is in a worse spot going down 2 touchdowns than Denver would be. Denver goes down 2 touchdowns. They still have Peyton Manning calming everyone down. Seattle might panic a little bit. Because when they've played in some tight games this year, they haven't played like they should. Like the New Orleans game down the stretch, it seemed they really tightened up when New Orleans started coming back. So I think if Seattle goes down quick, it could be a first-round knockout.
Yeah, I think what's interesting about that is, the play and the success really hasn't been on Russell Wilson's shoulders as much as you'd think, because you got Marshawn Lynch, and going down 2 touchdowns, he's a very composed guy, and he makes, he can extend those plays with his feet and stuff, but down 2 scores, can he really lead them back? Because you could still run the ball with Marshawn Lynch, and that could bring you back in, but you're thinking you're going to have to move the ball through the air when you got a 2-score lead, and everyone knows Lynch is going to get the ball. I mean, it depends on how healthy Percy Harvin is, and can he stay healthy. He's a big weapon in the offensive game, but
MVP.
I don't know. I mean, they go down 2 scores, and it very well could be over. I mean,
I think if they go down 2 scores, I think Seattle's defense is adjusting. I don't think they're going to allow it to go too much longer than that. I think they're too good for that. I can't see it getting away. I know that's not really the question here, but I think Seattle would adjust and it even out eventually.
I mean,
you wouldn't need Russell Wilson taking the game on the back.
Let's be real. 2 scores in the first, part of it isn't really that big of a deal. But I mean, that can kind of change the game plan of what Seattle maybe had going into it.
For sure.
Oh yeah. Then I think if they go down 2 scores, Seattle has to kind of go away from Marshawn Lynch a little bit. You don't completely abandon the run, but you might see him force some things like taking some shots downfield. And then if that doesn't work out, then then that's when the floodgates might open. I don't see if they go down 2 scores, I don't see that being the definitive factor. It's just how they respond to that. I don't see Seattle responding well to that if that does happen.
Yeah, I mean, Chris, where are you at? Do you agree? Where are you at on this?
Yeah, I think now you know what we were talking about. I was trying to deal with the technical issue here on my end, but
okay.
So
Madam Hot.
I think it was we were talking about. We were talking about
on the spot, bro. Spotlight's on.
If the Seahawks go down early, right?
Yeah, that's what we're saying. If Peyton were to go up, if the Broncos scored two quick scores before it kind of like hit Seattle, what the hell just happened? Like, is that a detriment, or do you think the Seattle can handle that?
Kind of a detriment, but I think it really depends on how Percy Harvin is doing and if he's able to stay healthy, because I think that changes their offense quite a bit if they have actually other weapons than just Sidney Rice and tight ends that nobody really knows the name of.
That's the kind of a huge point about Percy Harvin is an extension of their run game. They can get him out the edge on screens. It's almost like you're running the football. So if they do go down, they can use that instead of Marshawn Lynch to kind of keep Denver on their toes.
The return game as well with both. I mean, I don't know if they're gonna have Harvin back there because of injury concerns, but Golden Tate's not a bad returner. I mean, that's a scrappy dude.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he can change field position big time. So
that's the only Notre Dame football player I've ever liked in my entire life.
When he dove into Michigan State's band or whatever.
Exactly, because that's a very non-Notre Dame thing to do.
Yeah, he didn't catch that touchdown against Green Bay, but I don't know. Dude also lit up Sean Lee. It's hard not to like.
I'm pretty sure the record states that he did catch that touchdown, and that Seattle won that game. Maybe I'm wrong though.
More swears are coming your way if we keep talking about this. So.
See, I think the thing with Percy Harvin, I feel like though, is I don't even think you can just assume that he's going to be a factor. Like, I don't know.
Over under 10 plays.
I think you just have to assume that he's either not going to be a factor or going to get hurt real quick. I mean, I just don't see him. I'm not looking at this game through I'm basically assuming he's not playing. Is what I'm looking at.
I mean, he really hasn't all season, so it's definitely a wild card. But
I think it'd be funny if he won MVP. I think that would be hilarious.
Oh my God.
I think there would have to be some stat there with the least amount of games played in the regular season winning the MVP.
Ah, seriously, I think so.
I
think all the flashes from the camera would make his head hurt too much.
Just get him a few plays, he can do it.
Oh, I mean, I'm not saying he couldn't. I love me some Percy, but let's be real, the dude's head hurts. You know?
See, if Percy Harvin was in last year's Super Bowl, they'd be set because when the lights went out, that helps his migraines.
Yeah, he could have taken a nice little nap.
Dude gets concussed watching game film. I mean, it's just bad.
Seriously. God, what is it? I mean, how does he even want to play football still? I wouldn't even.
He's the man.
I would job his best quit.
I mean, yeah, that's what I mean. I think he quit because I don't think a team wants him.
Yeah.
But I mean, apparently this dude can't even wake up in the morning without his head hurting, and if my head hurts, I'm incapacitated for. I can't do anything if I got a migraine. And this dude's out here running routes and getting hit by linebackers and shit. Or in stuff.
Just about that action, boss.
There's 3.
Okay, well, so you're saying, so you guys think that they could come back from it then, if they were to go down big early? I think so.
Oh, yeah, they can come back from it. It's just a matter of how they respond to it. If they stay calm, then they're going to be fine. But if they start forcing stuff or they just get really rattled, then I know that's a really cliche thing to say, but that's just how it kind of feels.
Exactly.
Right. No, I agree. But what about? I mean, so let's talk in terms of ballsy moves. Do you think this is going to be one of those Super Bowls where points are a little bit harder to come by, so they're not, if a 4th and 3 from the 30 presents itself, which coach goes for it first? I think John Fox takes the
John Fox would probably punt it.
Yeah, John Fox.
HB died.
Yeah. No, I don't think. I think this is gonna be one of those games where they just there's not a lot of risks to take. I don't think there will be a lot of risks this game.
I don't know, man.
If
Pete
someone's going to take a
Carroll.
risk, it's going to be Pete Carroll.
Yeah, I could see that dude rolling the dice. I mean, I'm not saying Sean Payton come out and onside kick in the second half or whatever, but that dude he's got balls, big ones. So I mean, I don't, there's no specific scenario I can think up. He's gonna do something, but yeah, I think he'll roll the dice if it gets close. I mean, it's like 4th and 1, even like early in the game. I think build some confidence.
That can change the whole game too.
It really can.
A 4th down conversion, a fake punt, something. I'm not saying this is gonna happen, but I mean, you get that, it changes everything.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I'll give a little bit of a scenario. You can relate it back to the BCS National Championship. If you bring back Seattle down 14, Florida, if same situation, Florida State goes for the fake punt when they're down to Auburn.
Exactly.
I can totally see Pete Carroll doing something like that, taking that risk to get back in the ball game, and it paid off immensely for Florida State. They don't win the game if they don't do that, I don't think.
Yeah, I think we're all on the same page thinking about that same type of scenario.
That's what you do in must-win games.
I'll flip it a little bit, though. When's the last time Pete Carroll coached a championship game? National championship game?
Rose Bowl?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. What was that? When he went for it on 4th down in that game, at the end, when he needed it, what happened?
Didn't get it.
Yep. Your boy Lendell got stuffed. And I don't know if if the memories will get brought up, but I don't know. I think that might be in the back of his head a little bit. I think he could.
I don't know if that'll factor in.
I'm not saying it'll be a factor.
This isn't Lendell White. You got the
Lendell was beast mode in college. He was beast mode in college.
Thunder and lightning, man. Yeah.
Listen, hindsight's 20/20. Looking back, I'm not afraid to admit it, but I remember saying at the time that I thought Lendell was going to be the only one out of like Reggie, Vince, Matt Leinart, and Lendell that was going to do anything in the pros.
He kind of was.
Looks like I nailed it. What do you mean? He's played like 4 games for the Titans.
Yeah, but Matt Leinart only played 3.
No, Matt Leinart.
Pre-game buffet, though.
Yeah, that's true. He killed that. He was the MVP of the pre-game buffet.
You know who surprised me? Was Dwayne Jarrett. I thought he would have panned out a lot better than he did.
USC's all about those like 6'6", 230-pound receivers running like 4.9 40s. They don't do anything in the league.
That's just because Detroit always drafted him.
Yeah, that's true.
I thought Panthers might have drafted him.
Yeah, they drafted Jarrett, but I'm talking Mike Williams.
I was thinking Mike Williams too. Yeah.
Yeah, but Mike Williams screwed up by like. Didn't he sit out a year before he got because he tried to go in early with
yeah,
with
he did do that. That's right.
Didn't he end up like sitting out a year or something like that?
Yeah, he did. He did do that.
But back to what I said. I don't want to like say that.
Yeah, back on topic.
I don't want to say that that's gonna be a factor, but I mean that kind of stuff stays with people, man. I mean that's the last big game he coached. When's the last time he coached a big game after that and like had to make a big decision? I don't know. Maybe I'm just grasping at straws, but
it'll be circumstantial. You'll see how the game's going.
History tends to repeat itself. That's all I'm saying.
I hope so. Well,
for that argument, if you say history tends to repeat itself, then he'll go for it again because he went for it in a big game already.
Well,
true. I guess you got me there. I think I
technically,
yeah, but I don't think he's gonna just. I don't think he's just going to forget that. I think he still thinks about that, maybe. I know Vince Young does because he's got nothing better to do but think about that.
And paying his bills.
He probably goes to his local Best Buy and asks if he can pop that in the DVD player. So
you think if we give him like $10, he'll be a special guest on the podcast?
Guaranteed.
I mean, he's got literally nothing better to do right now.
$10 is 2 Old English 40s. And a couple McDoubles from McDonald's, dude. That dude is set. Yeah.
Got his number?
Send an email to the Texas website. Hi, do you have any way to contact Vince Young? Does he have a phone?
Let's just tweet at him, at Vince Young, or whatever.
Does he have a Twitter?
I don't know.
Yeah, he does. he does it. He promotes himself whenever there's a quarterback struggle, and he's like, I'm still here.
We know, Vince. Go home.
Bro, you're such a... Oh, my God.
Packers.
He was on the cover of Madden.
Like when Mike Vick went down, he tweeted at the Eagles. He's like, "Just so you know, I'm available for a tryout."
This dude's trying to get a job through Twitter. We got to. That's the first thing we got to do after we get it. We got to tweet at Vince Young. If we all throw $10, that's $50. That's $50 more than he has to his name right now to come be a guest on this podcast.
He's in. He's definitely in.
Absolutely. I don't know how he wouldn't do it.
He'd probably do
If
it
he
for
doesn't have
free.
the internet.
Well, I'll let him come to St. Louis. I'll invite him to my house. He can't stay here for the night, but he can come do the podcast. We can share a microphone. Then he's got to get the hell out.
Could $50 get you a hotel in St. Louis? Not a
Probably.
nice one, but we'll get you
somewhere
one.
shady. Maybe in Washington Park or in St. Louis.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Where there's no police.
Or
That's for. And you know what? I'm thinking that. Never mind. I'm not even gonna. That was dumb. I was about to say something really dumb and not funny at all, so I'm just gonna keep it to myself.
Good.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Don't
You're
get
welcome,
fired.
America.
Thank you, world.
Yeah, you're welcome. The 25 followers we have on Twitter. You are welcome. So should we do predictions now, or does anybody else have? What do we got? Does anybody else have anything to say?
Were we going to do the prop bets?
Prop bets. Forgot about prop bets. Let's talk about prop bets.
What do we got?
We got a few. There's a lot. We chose a handful of them.
The best ones.
Yeah, the best ones.
Only
We got a
the
lot. This one's a classic. Color a Gatorade. Let's just drop that now. Does anyone have the list up? I closed the window.
There's like clear, I know.
Blue. I'm assuming blue.
Yeah, blue.
Glacier Freeze.
Orange.
Orange, lemon lime.
Yellow.
Lemon lime. Riptide
Red.
Rush.
Obviously red.
God, how unprofessional is this? We don't even have the list up.
No, I have it up. Clear,
Oh,
orange,
do you?
yellow, red, blue, green.
Okay.
Or clear or water, I guess. But I mean, who's drinking water?
Green
This isn't
Gatorade.
Water Boy.
And remember, guys, it's going to be cold out too, so I don't know if that makes a difference at all. But
They have the favorite at clear or water 2-1. Green's,
Wow.
Green's the farthest at 10-1. Blue 7-1. Red 5-1. Yellow 3-1, and orange 3-1.
I'm
I
going
mean-
with orange. I got orange.
I got yellow.
I'll take that action at 5-1 with red.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I mean, underrated though. Green 10-1. Could Seattle,
I didn't even know green
well, they're gonna
Gatorade
make it their
existed.
color.
exactly.
I
you
didn't
know.
I think it's like melon.
Is there a green? Like what flavor Gatorade is
I think
green?
I think it's melon.
Like lime green, like
That's
lemon lime.
Terrible. I hope they lose.
that
if
would
they
be
drink
yellow.
that.
It's just like regular green.
Okay, so I got red. Ryan, what do you got?
I'll take a lemon lime just because that's my favorite flavor of Gatorade.
So yellow. I mean,
Yeah, yellow.
I'm also in on yellow. I feel like that's the winning Gatorade.
So we got
I'll
two?
crunch the numbers and yeah.
2 for yellow, 1 for red. What else?
I got orange. 1 for orange.
So 2 for yellow, 1 for red, 1 for orange, and to round it off,
guess-
Chris, what do you got?
I guess I'll go with blue. Do something
Blue,
different.
okay, yeah.
Ooh,
Let's,
wow.
so we got
Blue
we got everything
Blue.
but the favorite. Look at us. We're a bunch of outlaws here.
Oh yeah.
Gamblers.
Blue. It depends because I don't think teams really pick Gatorade colors based on their team colors, but blue's in both teams' color schemes.
Blue and
so
orange. Yeah.
I
it
guess
could be.
I guess if they want to dump blue, then
Who does pick that? Does anyone know how that works?
I have no idea. I wish I knew.
Does Gatorade do that, or does the NFL do that?
I'm gonna tweet up at Nebraska football equipment managers and see how they pick Gatorade flavors per game.
Whoever chooses to drink green Gatorade deserves to lose. That's all I gotta say.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they're
Absolutely.
drinking some like Walmart brand like.
Yeah,
Sports
get
Aid or
that
something.
out of here.
They're drinking
Powerade Squall. Whatever the hell that was called.
No water. I don't know.
Brad, what's the odds for the MVP? The next one is the MVP.
MVP
We're the
mention?
first one they're gonna mention.
Yeah. Pull this up real quick. They have like if you the person who wins the MVP, like who do they mention first? There's like God, teammates. Where's this at?
It's
Yeah,
towards
look-
the bottom. It's like the last one on
towards
that,
the
on
bottom.
that page.
All right, I was going to the top, which is clearly wrong.
I think it was the last one on the page.
Yeah.
Just hit
You got,
Control F.
you got teammates 2-1, God 5-2, fans 5-1. Any other team or player on the team? I don't. other team or player on the other team, I don't know. I mean, Richard Sherman, I guess that'd be your
What
pick
about-
there. That's
what about
7-1. Coach is 12-1. Family also 12-1. Owner 25-1, and then doesn't mention any
No
of those.
way.
4-1.
Ooh,
So
I like that.
I mean, you say no way, Brian, to owner 25-1?
Yeah, no, absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely no way.
no.
Absolutely
Not the
no
first
way.
thing.
Although
At
John
least not
Elway,
the first
John
thing. See, I
Elway is up there.
But he's not an owner, and Peyton is not
Yeah,
mentioning Elway
okay,
first.
Okay, that's right. Yeah,
Well,
was
I don't
thinking-
know, maybe I'm wrong.
The way I
The
could
only
see
time-
it would be Peyton saying, you know,
podium with them.
without who is the owner for Denver? I mean, it's
I thought
not.
it was Elway for a second.
I think
no.
it's Pat Bowlen, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's not a visible
Yes.
owner, I don't think. That's
Yeah.
that's the
whoever
problem.
whoever it is, if Peyton, say like this wouldn't be possible without whoever, Elway, whatever, bringing me here. That's the one way I could see it. But yeah, 25-1. I don't see that happening.
But first, though, I don't think he says that.
Yeah.
yeah, that, I
Yeah,
agree.
not first.
All right, so what do we got?
I mean,
I'll take because it also depends on who wins.
oh, definitely.
And I think, I'll say my prediction, but I'm gonna
Yeah.
go with
No spoiler alert.
I'm gonna go with team. What was the teammates odds?
Teammates is 2-1. That's the favorite. So,
Yeah, I'm taking a favorite. I have to
yeah.
because I'm not gonna spoil my prediction yet, but I'm going teammates 2-1.
Oh,
I got-
I'm gonna take teammates too, because if Denver or Seattle wins, they're gonna interview probably Russell or Peyton, and they're both pretty humble guys, so they'll probably pass it off to the teammates.
Don't sleep on a defensive player winning MVP. Well, I'll save that. I'll save that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true, but
I gotta go with teammates too. It's kind of boring and everyone picked the same thing. But again, my pick for MVP, I'm almost sure he's gonna say teammates. So go with the safe pick there, 2-1.
So we got teammate. What did you say, Ryan? What did you decide on?
I said teammates because if I'm just guessing if they interview Peyton or Russell, they'll pass it off to team. They're both pretty humble.
And then Chris, who did you have?
I'd probably go with teammates too, but I kind of want to know if Richard Sherman somehow wins the MVP and they interview him and he thinks himself first. What does that count as?
That's
I think
4-1.
that's other, right?
There's
Yeah,
no
4-1.
other mention. Yeah. I don't know.
Okay, Oliver.
I could see him
I didn't know if he
mentioning someone on
considered
the
himself a
other
god, and that would be like God or something.
That's
I
true.
think,
That's a
I
good
think
point.
he gives Crabtree another shout out. That's what he should do. That's what he should do.
That'd be hilarious.
It'd be funny if he shouted out.
Shout out what?
It'd be funny if he shouts out Crabtree and then's like, "You didn't even show up for this game."
Just let him know he's sitting at home.
I think I got God. What is it? 3-1 odds.
4-1. 5-2. 2.5-1. So 5-2.
I got God. Lower
So we got teammates, God.
4 teammates and God.
Yeah, okay. And Chris said your
yeah.
other. So we got other teammates,
I meant teammates, but I just wanted to know how what that would fall into if Sherman was to win. That was more of a
so we got
Teammates
clarification.
to one for God.
All right, so we got everyone teammates and then one for God. Okay.
Coming to CBS this fall.
All right. Yeah, that does sound like a
14
show.
to God.
It's a spin
All
off
right.
of the podcast.
That features Tim Tebow, right?
Yeah. All right, and then we got how many times they'll show Eli Manning. The over under is 1.5.
Yeah.
I'll take under.
Over.
I'll take under.
I think it be it in his stadium where he plays. I think he'll get 2 because you got Peyton, his brother, and they'll probably mention him again at some point.
Is it confirmed that he's gonna be there though?
That's
Yeah,
the
that's
best.
he
true,
should be
yeah.
there.
Like, that's the thing is he
Yeah.
might be watching from home.
I hope
He does
He
have
might be
time.
watching like cartoons from him instead.
Yeah, or he might just not be watching at all.
I mean, if there's an interception thrown, you think they're going to show him, though? So I'm thinking there's at least one pick, and there also is going to be one when they mention Peyton. So that's an easy 2 right there. I got the over.
Yeah. I'm going over, too. Anytime Peyton does anything good or bad, I think they might show him.
I got under.
Yeah.
I say they're going to show him once, and that's it.
Yeah, that's how I am too. I think it's a one-time deal.
I will go over because I think they show him at least twice. They'll show him like at the beginning of the game when they're like showing like, oh, here's the Manning family, and then they'll probably show him for a reaction afterwards for something.
Yeah.
Because they always do that. They're like, and here's their family after Manning throws a touchdown to clinch the game, and they're all celebrating.
And yeah, with that, I think it'll be, he'll be celebrating with Archie, and so, it won't just be him in that shot, but it just says how many times it'll be shown total. So he'll be in the shot somewhere.
I think it's from kickoff to end whistle. I don't think it counts post. I don't think post game counts on it.
Yeah, we won't throw post game in there. Just
from kickoff to end whistle. We'll leave it at that.
I still got the over.
So we got 3 overs and 2 unders.
Yeah.
Okay, that's legit. And then we got, this one's a good one. Which will be mentioned more, Denver having the number 1 offense or Seattle having the number 1 defense?
That's a good one. Yeah. I'll go with, let's do Seattle defense because I feel that the announcer's going to bring in the whole weather thing and they'll say to talk about the defense having the advantage there. I'll say Seattle's defense.
I got to go the other way. I think it's going to be, because let's be real, this is a TV show. This is a movie. This is an on-TV movie. It's not even like a sports game at this point. So I think they're going to just build. Well, I think a lot is going to happen, and they're going to build Peyton to be like the hero, and Sherman and the defense to be the villain. So I think that they're going to build up. They're going to mention Denver number 1 offense at least 5 more times than they mentioned Seattle's defense.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm going big. I think this one's the easiest one.
That's right. Go big, go home.
Yeah, exactly.
I will say that the number 1 offense of Denver gets mentioned more, but I don't think it'll be a blowout. I think it'll be pretty close because they kind of go hand in hand. So if one gets mentioned, the other one's going to get brought up right along with it.
And that leads to mine.
They might mention something like, just on the first Denver drive, Denver has the number 1 offense, and then they don't mention the defense, so that's how they win.
I'm going to go even. And I know that's not really an option. So
Come
on,
I'm
breaking the rules here, but I'm going even.
That's what I was going to say.
Make a call.
Yeah,
you have to make a call. No even. That's a rule.
Well, all right, then I'll go.
You knew what you were
again.
getting into when you signed up.
I'll go again with my pick then and say that the number 1 offense is going to be mentioned more.
Damn.
So,
Chris?
I'm going to go the defense is going to be mentioned more, and this is possibly going to kind of give away my prediction a little bit, but I think it's going to be probably going to be decided based on which unit's playing better, and they're going to be like, remember this is the number 1 offense, or remember this is the number 1 defense. So that kind of gives away my pick a little bit, but I'm going to say D's.
Could be a plot twist, though.
It could be.
That's true. All right, and then the last one, I say let's not. I don't think we need to harp on this one too often or too much, I guess. But the last one, I think this is kind of an interesting bet. I might actually, if I was a betting man, I may put some money on this. But will the player who scores first touchdown have a jersey number above or below 79.5? So that's pretty much. If you want to break it down, it's receiver or running back scores first, I guess. I'm gonna go with the over. But that also goes to my prediction of the game, so I won't give away too much. So I'm going to go with the over. Over 79.5 on the first touchdown number.
I'm going to take the under. I've got the under, and there's a couple reasons why. Percy Harvin's under, Golden Tate's under, Russell Wilson could run it in under, and also defensive players. I think it could be a pick 6 or something like that, so I'm going to take the under.
I'll say over. I think the first touchdown will be scored by either Demaryius or Julius Thomas. So I think Denver scores first, and it goes to one of those 2 guys.
I got under, but I got under for Bubba Caldwell, my main man, scoring the TD for Broncos. So that's what's gonna happen. We got the under.
That's you're throwing the prediction out there now?
Yeah, Bubba Caldwell.
You want to make that the Josh Stone Cold lock of the.
Just wait till Bubba scores. Just wait.
Okay. I can feel you on that.
Yeah.
I'm good on that. Chris?
Okay.
I'm going to go with over, and I think one of the 2 Caucasian Denver receivers will get it. Either Welker or Decker.
Does
Which
Decker
one?
really
No
count?
Stokely?
Is Stokely still on their team? I don't even know.
No way. Is he?
He's on. No, he's not. He was on Baltimore.
Yeah, I was about to say, there's
Okay.
no
I
way.
just guess it's Peyton Manning. They're in. Super
No,
Bowl.
once they got Welker, they cut him loose.
Oh, and Jacob Tammy's 84 too, so it could go to him
There's
too.
some Peyton roots there.
There
That's
you
the
go.
thing is Peyton's
Indianapolis.
receivers, other than garbage Andre Caldwell, are all over,
Boo.
are all 80 or over. So that's why I'm. That's
And
why I'm
his
thinking.
only touchdowns, right? That we're talking about, not kickers kicking a
Yeah,
field
first
goal.
touchdown. Yeah, first touchdown.
Okay.
Yeah. Not
Hey.
first score, first touchdown.
When Peyton runs it on a naked bootleg, whatever, I got the under. Just remember that.
All on that Dallas
With his
game.
So
7-second
is that?
40 time.
Is that only two overs, 3 unders then? Did the under win on that? I believe.
Yeah, I think we had 3 unders.
I said over.
I said over. 3 unders.
That's
Yep.
over.
Oh, so 3 overs.
2 unders.
3
Yeah,
overs.
3
So the
overs.
over 1 on that. Okay. And I guess that's a perfect segue into the final last and finale of this super duper Super Bowl blowout podcast.
Super Bowl.
Prediction time. Let's get real, boys. It's time to put your money where your mouth is. We're all clearly putting $1,000 each on this. We talked about this before the show.
Yeah.
I don't know if you all agreed to it.
I'm gonna donate my money to Vince Young.
I'm gonna say mine. I'm not. The Save Vince Young Foundation. We gotta tweet at him. We'll figure that out. Who wants to go first? I'm not going first on this.
I'll go first. I'm not scared. I got Broncos 30-24. Peyton Manning MVP. I think the weather. I mean, just real quick with the weather. I don't think it's gonna matter that much. I don't think it's gonna be that bad. They've been saying the weather should be pretty fine. I think Peyton's gonna get it done. 30-24. That's what I got. Who's next?
I got it.
Oh, you want to go? Go ahead.
I'll do it. I'll take it. I've had Seattle winning in my head forever now. I said if Seattle goes, Seattle's winning. If San Fran goes, Broncos are winning it. But I think Broncos take it 27-23. Champ Bailey deserves a Super Bowl. So does John Fox. And I hope they do it too. But I got 27-23 Broncos.
All right. As much as it pains me to say it, I think Denver wins the Super Bowl, unfortunately for me as a Chiefs fan. I'll go 38-28. Denver, like,
38?
Yeah,
Holy
38-28.
shit.
It's a lot of ducks. A lot
Holy
of
crap.
ducks.
Yeah, it is a lot of
I'll say-
ducks, dude. A lot of ducks are flying in the end zone.
So I'll say by the 10-point margin, and then I don't want to see Denver win the Super Bowl, but I don't know if Seattle will be able to score with Denver.
Champ deserves it. Give it to him.
So we got Denver. Your two weren't as 38. You think they're scoring 38 on Seattle's defense? I mean, I don't want to say you're wrong, but I think you're wrong.
Here's what I think. I think that it's like I think it's like 31-28, and then Denver tacks on like a garbage touchdown to make it a 10-point margin.
Chris?
I was thinking about this at work today and was going to go with 23-17 and then realized that that's the exact same score as Seattle's game last week. And I think I think I'm going to go 23-20. Seattle's going to win, and it's going to be a kind of kicker-dominated game, going back to that conservative versus aggressive nature. More conservative.
So you got who won? Who did you say won? I missed it. I'm sorry.
Seattle's going to win 23-20. And are we doing MVP predictions now, or are we going back around and doing that afterwards?
Oh,
and
yeah,
do you think it's going to be
MVPs?
Yeah. What do
MVP
you say?
would be Marcel Lynch, which would go back to the teammate thing.
Josh, who did you say was the MVP?
Bubba Caldwell? No, I'm kidding. I got to go with Peyton. I can't not go with him.
Yeah. Ryan?
Yeah. If Denver wins, I think unless he throws for 0 touchdowns,
No
you
ifs.
give it to
No
Peyton.
ifs. You made the call. You said Denver was
No,
going to
that's what
win.
I'm saying. If when Denver wins, then when
There it
Denver
is.
wins.
There it is.
Unless Peyton throws for 0 touchdowns, you give it to Peyton.
No. So you're Peyton. That's your call. You know ifs,
Yeah.
ands, or buts. You're making calls
All right.
right now.
All right, Peyton.
Peyton?
That's it.
I
That's
say I say this game. I say the Broncos are going to win. Peyton's obviously MVP because, I mean, if the Broncos win, he's going to be MVP regardless of what he does because that's, that's just
you just put an if, and, or but on it.
It's a media. No, I'm saying Denver's going to win. Peyton's MVP regardless of how he plays.
Okay, I guess.
I mean, he won MVP of his other Super Bowl, and he didn't play that well, let's be real. But I think I got the score 20 it's because it's gonna be weird. It's the Super Bowl, so it's not just gonna be a regular score. I'm going 25 to 23, and it's gonna be a late, like, Denver's gonna be winning. Seattle's gonna come back. They're gonna be up by like 10 or so. Seattle's gonna score to make it even, and then they're gonna have an onside, and Denver's gonna get it, and then it's gonna be 3 kneel downs for the end. I think that's how it's gonna go.
So you think someone's gonna get a safety?
I don't know how it's going to... I mean, yeah, I don't know if there's been a safety the last 2 Super Bowls. Why not? Super Bowl scores are never regular. Are never regular.
It's going to be a missed extra point is what it's going to be.
Ooh.
Hey.
Yes.
That's continuity with our podcast.
Yeah, there you go. Bringing it back. Didn't we talk about that in the first episode?
Yeah, we did.
Oh, hey. For our listeners out there, for our regulars. Okay, so did everyone pick... No one picked Seattle then?
I picked Seattle.
Yeah, Chris.
Oh, you did pick Seattle. That's right. So we got 4. I just think they just got the mojo. I'm big on mojo in sports. I'm
kind of picking Broncos because I want them, but Seattle's doing so good.
That's the thing is I'm really looking forward to this game.
Yeah,
I think this is going to be like a good game, just like
I hope
like
it delivers.
60 minutes of gameplay, like on the field. I think it's going to be very like entertaining. I think it's going to be very close. I don't think it's ever going to get bigger than about a 10-point margin.
I think it would be sweet if someone has a game-winning touchdown over Sherman. The media is going to love that.
Oh my! Yeah, that's another thing. Like I said, I think the media and the people making and like covering the game are going to do everything they can to make Peyton the hero and Sherman the villain. I'm not saying the refs are going to be like doing anything like that, but I think that's just how it's going to come off.
I mean, that'll be interesting, too, to see how physical they can play. And how
I
much
think they'll let them
go.
play.
Yeah,
I think
should, hopefully.
Yeah, I hope they do. There's nothing worse in sports, other than injuries, is when the refs make themselves a part of the game.
Yeah.
I hate that.
That sweet, juicy narrative if Peyton throws a game-winning touchdown over Richard Sherman. Oh, man, the press box is everyone's going to just start standing up and clapping.
If Disney was creating this game...
They're going to be like, we don't have to write stories all off-season. It's going to be about this. We don't have to think about a single story all off-season.
Well, yeah, because he called him out on his ducks that he throws or whatever. So
yeah,
that was great. I love that. I love the little back and forth. I like that Peyton went right back at him too.
Yeah, Peyton handled it like nothing. I mean,
because he's Peyton Manning and that's what he does.
Yeah.
All right, quick question before we end this: is this Peyton's last year? Yes or no? One answer.
No, I got no. Regardless.
Go around, keep going. No, I don't think so.
Absolutely not. Win or lose, he's coming back next year.
Everyone thinks that. Josh,
yeah, unanimous. Make it all. Everyone.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess that's a good place to stop then. Everybody have a good time on this one? I think we had a good time.
Yeah, I had a great time. Real quick, shout out to Denny. Shout out, so shout out to my
brother. Is that him? Okay. All right, well,
yeah, we figured that out.
Dennis,
that'll be post-show discussion.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, that was our second episode of the Are We Recording podcast. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, and go Cubs.
Go Broncos.